Hey guys, welcome back to Saints Across the U.S. Today we're going to be talking about music and kind of my personal view on listening to music as a member of the church. Um, in the For the Strength of Youth, it talks about choosing music that uplifts you and makes you feel enlightened, and that we want to be paying attention to how music makes us feel and how like if the Holy Ghost is with us and all that kind of stuff makes us feel happy, makes us feel good. And one thing that I see a lot of people do, we listen to basically whatever we want to during the week. Doesn't matter, like country or rap or pop, whatever, heavy metal, whatever. And then Sunday morning, right before church, we're getting ready and we start listening to hymns and stuff like that. And I'm thinking, why do 6 days a week we listen to anything? Doesn't really matter. Like how we're feeling, whatever. We always listen to the same stuff, and then Sunday morning comes and we put on hymns. I personally, I've never liked that. There's a lot of reasons I don't like that, and the biggest one is we should be listening to the same stuff no matter what. Okay, even like listen to hymns during the week. That's your personal choice, but if you want to listen to hymns, listen to hymns. If it's going to uplift you. And one thing that I started doing personally, I my first four presets on my radio, they're all country radio. I live in Utah, started listening to country probably about a year ago, hit hard. And every Sunday when I get in my truck, before I go to church or go to see family, I don't change the station. That's just who I am. I'll listen to the same music no matter where I'm going because I know that to me it's uplifting, mostly. Like there's some songs that I'm going to want to change the station because I know, hey, that song is definitely not going to be uplifting, definitely not upholding the standards that I want to be living in my life. So I will change it. But just because it's Sunday doesn't mean that we have to be changing who we are. We should be living every single day like it's Sunday or like God is with us. So personally, I don't see a reason to be going around and change our music for that one day when we should be finding music every single day to listen to that's going to uplift us and bring us closer to Christ. Now, some people may say, "Hey, why would you do that? I mean, like country music isn't uplifting at all." I personally would disagree. I mean, you can find music in any genre that you listen to that will uplift you, that will bring you closer to God, whether people say it would or not. And people are like, yeah, but country music talks about drugs and alcohol and sex and all this stuff. And you can make that argument for any genre, but there's also the songs in every genre that are going to be talking about God, talking about religion, and talking about keeping the commandments, keeping your values, your morals. So you have to find that balance of how you feel listening to that music and say to yourself, is this music going to be uplifting to me in any scenario? Not just during the week, you've had a bad day or whatever and you just want to listen to whatever. Okay? You got to find the music that is going to be uplifting, that the Holy Ghost is going to be with you no matter what. Doesn't matter if it's Monday, if it's Friday, Saturday night before you go to bed, or Sunday morning before you go to church. You have to find that balance of this world and God's world, okay? Because, yeah, you can say they're separate, but everything comes together in the end. So you got to find that personal balance. And music in my life has been such a big part of who I am. My grandmother was probably the most musically talented person that I've ever met. And personally, I am not super emotional. I don't cry when I get sad, stuff like that. I'll just kind of deal with it because I'm a guy, whatever. Um, and when my grandma passed away a few years ago, we'd already been out there for a few days before she passed. And after she passed away, her funeral wasn't for another week. Okay, so, and as I said, I don't cry. I didn't cry that whole week after she passed away. I'm just going to be honest with you guys, I didn't. And then we had the funeral service. I believe it was Saturday morning after she passed away. It was almost exactly a week after. And I still didn't cry through the whole viewing the night before. I didn't cry that morning before the service. The second the song started at her service, at the actual funeral, I could not contain myself, kind of like right now. I couldn't even sing. That's how powerful music is in my life, in my family's life, especially when I'm talking about my grandmother, because of how big music was to her and how big she made it mean to me. Wow, didn't think that would hit that hard. But yeah, seriously, guys, music is huge, and you have to find that place where music is going to always uplift you and not bring you down. And it may be somewhat uplifting. You may say it's uplifting, but if that song is constantly swearing or has a ton of innuendos or stuff like that, I'd strongly encourage you to reconsider what you're listening to and make a stronger effort to censor all of your songs. Okay, guys, seriously, because I love listening to church music. I love listening to Christmas music, stuff that is 100% going to be uplifting to you. But like I said earlier, guys, you don't have to listen to church music just on one day. If you like Christmas music, keep saying Christmas. If you like church music, hymns and stuff like that, listen to it all the time. And when Sunday comes around, if your family doesn't like listening to your kind of music, but you want to listen to it because you know, hey, I feel that this is uplifting to me, then listen to, because this is what I do. When I get in the shower Sunday morning, I put on hymns or different renditions of hymns, because I know that that's what my family wants to be listening to. But if it was me by myself, I put on a playlist that I have, just my standard Spotify playlist, because I know that even though it's country, it's a little bit of pop, it's still stuff that to me is uplifting and is sending out a positive message. So it's up to you how you want to live your life, but I strongly encourage you to live it every single day the same way.